All right, so I think that the recording is started. So I will just start jumping into all of the things that we have to go over. So first things first, I think we're going to do a little recap of what we've done thus far. So short recap of the last 70 days, right? Where did we start? We started as a trending feed and a tweet alert. That is all we had. We had a trending command and we had hashtag notifications. That is it. That's where we started. That's where we were day one for those of you that are new here and that just hopped in. So 70 days ago, that's all we had, a slash trending command and some tweet alerts, right? From there, we started building updates and we did what the community wanted as they asked us and implemented our own ideas that we already had ready. Now, 70 days later, we have a fully working Telegram bot with, I believe, 15 different commands that all do their own thing, right? We got YouTube videos and tutorials to explain what those are. We have Xtrack, which is a chat lock, right? It locks your chat and it helps you raid your Twitter. Some have compared it to Shield, and we have far more features than what they offer. So we're going to make a little infograph shortly over the next few days here, a little picture graph showing other chat raid bots and ours to display the features that we have that are more than others. I just got added here, join VC. Okay. We have the live feed on Telegram. We have the Telegram live feed with the live charts that displays the top trending ETH coins, right? We got the live feed on Twitter and we have the web app. I don't need to explain all of these to you guys. Most of you guys know what's what and you've used it yourselves, right? So in 70 days, all of this was built. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute and I'll say it one more time. In 70 days, all of this was built, right? So in 70 days, I go as far as saying that we have done more than most teams that I know, right? So that's what we've done in the first 70 days. Now we got the month of January, next 30 days, right? What's going on in January? We got the rev share claim. That's what I'll touch on first. How is that going to work? Well, that's going to be on January 11th, right? It is planned for January 11th. It will be a page that will be built onto the web app. So you will have to connect yourself to the web app. It will read how many tokens that you have. There will be a little claim button. You will be able to claim the ETH and you will be able to claim the Xtrack tokens if you've been holding since relaunch, right? Anybody that's been holding since relaunch and that sent their tokens in, you guys know there's 200,000 Xtrack tokens in a NASA safe. Those are going to be able to be claimed by you guys on January 11th. So that's how it's going to work. You're going to log into the web app. There's a little, I can drop a little screenshot in the chat here for you guys. It's already on the dashboard. We just got to build it and get the claim page done. But there will be revenue share rate here, and it will keep track. It will keep constant track of how many tokens or how much ETH you guys are eligible to claim on your revenue share, right? So that's going to be right on the web app. There's going to be you're going to be able to see as the ETH increases in the revenue share wallet, you'll see your portion also increase there, right? We're going to get the math done and try to get that calculated. For this month, I believe I'll just be making a Excel sheet, a Google Excel sheet for the dev, and that's how we're going to be distributing the tokens. But we're going to run some math on the back end to get this displaying what you guys are eligible to claim as it goes up and down. Well, just goes up. It can't go down. So what are we building in January, right? I touch on the rev share claim. If you guys have any questions or anything, I'll be happy to take all of those afterwards. So what are we building in January? So the things that I believe how January is going to go is going to be like this. We're going to keep doing some back-end upgrades over the next few days. I'd like to say 3 to 5 tops as we get our back-end perfected. You guys seen the one back-end upgrade that the dev did the other day. Now you guys can get every single cash tag from the people that you follow. So the back-end upgrades are really, really important. So we're going to get those done over the next few days to improve our back-end and to improve our infrastructure. Then we plan on building some new features, right? So what are these new features? Well, the dev and I right now, we're picking in between these, and I'll read them off to you, right? A new contract deployment feed on the web app, right? New ETH contracts being deployed. We're eventually going to provide SOL support, but that's going to take a little bit. So a new contract deployment feed. Top gainers, which we've spoken about before. This will be the top gaining Twitter shillers. So you guys can have a list of those if you want to follow them, right? And we'll do that in a feed form on the web app. Newly created project account feed from Twitter. So what that is would be a feed that displays newly created projects on Twitter, right? So our algorithm will read Twitter and we'll be scraping Twitter, and we'll see as soon as a project is created that fits our logic. And when it's created, it will be displayed in the feed, right? So this will be, you guys will be able to get alerts for what projects are newly made on Twitter instantly, and maybe you can observe who's following that project, right? So that'll be another form of alpha. Toggle on all tweets or just project tweets. That is another thing that we are considering working on this month. We're probably going to put it to a community vote, right? I'm reading these options off to you guys, and we're probably going to see what the community wants more and push towards that direction. Increasing follow count to 15 for bronze tier, 35 for silver tier, and 80 for gold tier. That is not an if, that is a when. This is absolutely getting done. I could see it getting done within the week. This will be done within the week. Don't quote me on it, right? All goes well, done within the week. 15, 35, 80 follows. So your follow count is going to be increased tremendously. Another feature that we're looking at doing is getting data on Twitter influencers and Telegram callers and seeing the volume that they generate on a chart when they make a call, and having a feed rank that, right? So it would be a live feed, and as calls are made and volume is moved on certain projects, our backend would gather that data and it would be a ranking system, right? So if X and X influencer calls this project and then that project winds up doing 100X, right? Well, then they'll probably have a higher ranking than someone that calls something and it doesn't even do a 2X. So we think this will be a really good feature in helping our members have an idea on who to follow, or just overall for people in the space who really want to see if they own their own project, who's worth the money, who should they spend on for marketing. They'll have a nice list that they can access, but as long only if they're a subscriber or holder, right? This isn't going to be a free feature. So, and I think so. Those are some of the options we're going to pick from. For January, right? Those are some of the options I'll put up to the vote. The dev has already started working on a sniper, right? We will have our own sniper. It will be Telegram and web app based. So you can have your choice whether you want to use the web app or whether you want to use a Telegram bot. It will be accessible to everybody. Holders will get a portion of the fees generated, right? Based on tiers, meaning gold tier will get more fees than silver. Silver will get more fees than bronze, right? Basic tier will get no fees at all. So basic tier will be getting no fees at all. We think that this is a great way to generate rev share for the holders, right? We already got the advertisements that are going to be coming up, but it's a slow process, right? Even with the sniper, we got on board users, but slowly but surely, if you see what we've built in this ecosystem with Xraid, that's going to market Xtrack for us, every project that adds it, the advertisement that we built, the subscription model that we built where 50% of the subscription revenue is going to holders, the sniper bot now where we're going to be generating fees and giving those straight back to holders. If you guys just wait and have patience and give us time, the ecosystem that we built is built to generate money for holders. That is what we had in mind. The tech is going to be awesome. Don't get me wrong. You guys are going to love the tech. Most of you guys already love the tech, right? We're only going to build upon it further and make it better. But you guys already love the tech. That's why you're still holding. That's why you're still here, because you see the tech, it gets built, and you like the features that we built. Well, now the aim is generating revenue, right? We're still building the tech. We got everything lined up that we're going to build, but we feel the sniper bot will be that extra little edge in being able to build some revenue share for the holders. Because you guys see, right? It's all public information. You see the NOS is safe. This month's revenue share is not going to be massive, but we're still a fairly new project. We're not even 3 months old. We're not even 3 months old. We're 70 days old. Maybe a bit more than 70 days now, 72. But as time goes, as more projects use Xtrade, right? A lot of Métis chain projects are using Xtrade. I had no idea. But now the dev has built a feature where I can just type in statistics into the bot, into Xtrade, and it will print me a list, me only a list of what groups are using the tool, right? And there's actually quite a few Métis tokens that are using Xtrade. So slowly but surely, the people in those Métis tokens are seeing Xtrade, and they think, oh, maybe when I launch my next project, I'll use this Xtrade. You know, it worked fairly well. And I would say, right, this is a guesstimate, but 3 to 6 months from now, the revenue share is going to be juicy. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be juicy. We're working very hard behind the scenes to make that happen. And we're putting things in place to generate more revenue for our holders than any other project I have personally seen do, right? I'm not saying, you know, we're the greatest. I'm just saying that the vision is to get you guys some nice revenue share. That is a major goal for us. We want that revenue share to start getting thick, and we want that distro to make you guys happy every month. So that's what we're building in January, right? And that's how we plan to get some bigger rev share rewards to the holders. I covered two topics there from the pin message. So that's our vision. We just keep building some features like the ones that I mentioned, right? I'll make a nice little list. I'll make a poll. You guys could vote on which ones interest you more. I'll forward it to the dev, and we'll start working on those first. But the sniper bot, the dev's already working on, because he already has one. Like I've told some of you here before, some of the old holders know, this dev and I have been friends for a long time, and he used to have a custom NFT mint bot, right? It was custom. It wasn't public. You had to pay very big bucks to use it. And it was a really, really good bot. And he's converting that to ERC20. And we're going to try to provide other chain support as well, right? But we're aiming for ETH first, right? ETH bot first, and then we'll start providing support for other chains. But this NFT bot that he had was top of the line. So we're giving him time to do that. And I feel that what he's going to build us in the form of a sniper bot, not just going to be a sniper bot, right? You can buy, sell. It'll be just like any other bot on the market, but we're going to have more features. And some of these features are going to be Twitter related. I'm not going to share too much right now, because never know what ears are listening and might try to, but there are going to be some Twitter related features that this sniper bot does that no other bot does. So there's going to be some nice special features on that one. So I'll make a poll after the VC here, and you guys can vote on those other features. I got a list of them, and you guys can vote on which one interests you more, or suggest one to add to that list so the community can vote on it. I'm fine with that as well. All right. Now, back-end upgrades and how they benefit the community. I think that's self-explanatory. I'm just going to go over this quick. Anybody that's using the tool right now has seen the increase in cash tag tweets from that one back-end update, right? So by doing back-end updates, it benefits you guys, because we'll be able to provide you guys more features, right? So I know at the beginning you've seen us updates, right? And we're still going to do that when we're in update mode. But sometimes, like you've seen over the last few days, like we did over the holidays, we need to be in back-end upgrade mode, because if we don't, the back end can't keep up with the tech that we're offering, right? So we always got to go through, do a thorough debug, and see where there's anything that can be upgraded. So we're going to start implementing that a little bit more. Like I said, over the next 5 days, we're going to finish our current debug, go back to update mode, start pushing massive updates over the next 2 weeks. And then after those 2 weeks, do another 3 to 5 day debug, because it needs to be done, right? It needs to be done, or else things start breaking. It's just that simple, right? Tech, if you don't keep the back end up to date, your things just start breaking. Now, the new Xtrack utility discussion. So we've already covered that. That is the sniper bot that will be on Telegram and on the web app, accessible to absolutely everybody, so that we can generate as much fees for the holders as possible. Holders won't have any fees, by the way, right? Everybody else using the tool, they'll have fees. Holders have no fees. They'll be making money on the fees. Liquidity. So what we feel, I discussed it with the dev, and we can have a discussion or a Q&A period afterwards, and you guys can tell me what you guys feel. Dev and I feel a 4-to-1 ratio would be a good ratio, right? So we feel like we should keep adding liquidity until our market cap to liquidity ratio is about at a 4-to-1, 3.5 to 4-to-1. And you guys can let me know if you guys feel that's sufficient or you feel it should be a little bit thicker. But we did a little bit of research. We looked around, and 4-to-1, 3-to-1 to 4-to-1 seems to be a nice play, right? I've seen some projects with that ratio that seem to do fairly well. Whales or bigger investors seem to be more interested because the lick is a bit thicker. So that's what we're thinking. We keep adding a percentage of what we bring in from the taxes to liquidity until we reach about a 4-to-1 ratio. And that I can also make a poll on, right? If you guys all want to vote on that, or if you guys want to type your suggestions or at the Q&A after this, we can do that, right? So we'll do that afterwards, but we think 4-to-1. A 4-to-1 lick ratio is nice, maybe a tad bit thicker than 4-to-1. And then we stop, and then all the funds can be like the percentage that we're using for the liquidity ad can go back to the rev share, 40% of the rev share and 60% of the marketing, right? So that's the liquidity. AMA possibilities, yay or nay for each. So I can also run a poll for that later today. So I'll probably run a few polls for you guys, right? So currently the I'll just put it to the two big options, and that's what we can do every time we have, because I have more than two options, but we'll do the two best options. You guys can vote on one, and then when it goes for the next AMA, we'll do the two best options again, and you guys can vote on one as a community. So the two options right now are Caesar from Caesar Calls, right? Most of you guys know Caesar, and Crypto Fundamentals. So we got Caesar and we got Crypto Fundamentals. Those are the two options. They are both happy to host us for an AMA as soon as we give the green light. So I'll put that up for a poll, and you guys can choose between those two. I've talked to many people. I don't want to name their names or anything because, not trying to put anybody down, but we've talked to a lot of people, and some people just didn't. They just don't seem to be worth it. I'm just going to put it plain and simple and be blunt about it. They just don't seem to be worth it. They don't seem to be, I don't know. They just don't seem to be worth it. I'll just put it like that and not get into it too much. So those are the two that the discussions I've had with, they seem to be worth having an AMA with. Their audience seems fairly authentic. And if you get themselves interested in the project through your AMA, if you do a good job on the AMA, which so far I have, knock on wood, that continues, then you see a noticeable effect, right? You see some new holders onboarded. So that is always the plan, is to onboard new holders. So those are two options. We got Crypto Fundamentals or Caesar. I'll put that up to a poll. You guys can pick who you guys like best out of both. We'll go with that one. And then we'll put the next two best options up for a vote afterwards. We think doing one AMA a week, as long as the taxes permit, right? As long as the money generated from the taxes permit, one AMA a week leading up until March would probably be a good way to get a marketing push and to get some eyes on this, right? And we'd start that as soon as the web app goes public, because there's no point on marketing pushing when you don't have the product that you can show people and the people can't subscribe to the product, right? We're still in beta. We're doing some back-end upgrades. The community is helping us find bugs, right? Which is tremendous. It allows us to fix things. So we want to do a thorough beta, make sure everything's working perfectly, maybe add one or two more features, boom. Then we go live and we go public and we start the massive marketing push, right? Whoever you guys vote on first, that's who we'll book for the first week. and then we'll put it up to a vote every week after that, right? After we do that AMA, okay, AMA is finished, videos uploaded on YouTube. Now we're going to do another poll, right? And you guys will have, I don't know, 72 hours to vote on who you guys think would be the best option for us to go with, because we want you guys to feel involved. And honestly, so some of the suggestions, some of the ideas, you guys are smart. I'm just going to put it that you guys are a smart community. So it'd be stupid to not get your input on it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it up to a poll and you guys can decide. Xtrack raid campaign. I have found a solid Twitter raid group that I'm going to be engaging for when we do these AMAs, right? So you'll notice you'll notice quite a lot more Xtrack cash tags, and we will be rating influencers themselves, right? So I got essentially what I've done is I've got this raid group. I'm going to be giving them some access codes in exchange for their services. The head guy, the top raid guy, is going to be getting a gold tier access code. And by then we should have 80 follows, right? So he's going to follow everybody that he raids that has had success before, put it into our tool, and that way he'll get Telegram alerts. And as soon as he gets that Telegram alert, he's going to forward it to his raid group, and the raid group are going to go absolutely insane on every tweet that he forwards. And we'll be doing this probably bi-weekly, right? We'll be getting them for 1 week off, 1 week off, until we grow our Twitter presence significantly, right? Because we feel having a good Twitter presence is a great way to start hosting some spaces and maybe onboarding some new holders in that aspect. So that's the Xtrack raid campaign. That's the plans for that. Public launch of web app, when and how much will monthly subs cost? So when, right? We would like mid-January. Now, don't hold us to that. We would like January 14th, right? Around that area, we feel we'll have plenty of time to have beta tested, added some new features, have you guys beta test that, and then we should be good. We should be good to go public with the polished product. Sorry, guys, I cut out there for a second. Just give me a second. I see a question there. When you say public launch, you mean just, yes, exactly, right? When I say public launch, that's what I mean. Fiat subscription. That's what I mean for public launch, where people just can come and subscribe, and you guys will be getting a portion of that to your revenue share. So that's exactly what I mean when I say that. All right, I'll just finish up the last topics here, and then we can go over some questions, because I'm sure a few of you have some, and I am happy to answer them. So public launch of when, I covered that. That'll probably be mid-January is where we're aiming for. If it's a bit sooner, great. If it's a bit later, please be understanding. This product is a big thing to manage for one person, and we're probably going to be onboarding a second dev full-time here in January. Me and the devs are in talks about it right now, but we plan on big expansion, and he's going to need a helper for sure. The last helper we had was no good, so this time I have a helper that's on my end of the world, a Canadian guy, that hopefully all works out well, and he wants to accept the position. And then we'll have devs working 24/7. When the German dev goes to sleep, my dev will be waking up, and he can start cooking some updates for us. So we'll have two devs working 24/7, and it should help us quite a bit. Now, how much will monthly subs cost, right? Also, we'll put up to a community vote, but what we're thinking is 0.05 for bronze, 0.1 for silver, and 0.15 for gold. So that's what we're thinking. So I'm going to do a little write-up, of course, recap of this AMA afterwards, but 0.05, 0.1, and 0.15 respectively for the different tier subscriptions is what we're thinking. And for subscribers, right? For example, for subscribers, they wouldn't get the same benefits as a holder, right? So say bronze tier is getting these are theoretical numbers, right? Don't hold me to this. Bronze is getting 5% of the fees generated from the sniper bot, right? Let's just say that. Well, bronze subscriber won't be getting 5% of what's generated from the bot. They'll just be getting a discount on the fees that they do pay using the sniper. And gold tier subscribers will get no fees, kind of deal, right? But the bot will be open to anybody. You don't need to be a subscriber. You can just use the bot. We're going to aim to make the bot very competitive. right? We understand the sniper world. The dev understands it very well. That's actually his bread and butter. The dev and I have done quite well for ourselves with his NFT sniper bot, and people used to pay 5 ETH a month to use the bot. So he has skills in that area. Now we just need to see if it can convert to ERC20, but he says it can, right? He's putting his whole work check bonus, slowly buying dips on our chart. So I believe him. If he says he can do it, he can do it. How much time it's going to take him? Let's just give him the time, right? But if he says he can do it and he can make this sniper bot competitive, everything he's told me so far has been honest and has rang true. And you guys as a community will vouch for that as well. So he says he can do the sniper bot. He's interested. He's working right now on getting our own node. Not going to lie, this isn't my big field of expertise, but we can't have the sniper bot without having our own node. So then supposedly we'll be able to also provide node services. Big things, right? Big things. So he says he can do it. So I believe him, and we're going to let him cook. Now, so that's the sub cost question period for the community. That's where we are. I really hope you guys have some questions. If not, suggestions. And then today I will be putting up all of the polls. I think I will do them one after another, and I will just pin them in sequence. And that way, and I won't pin any other messages today. I'll just leave those. That way, at least for 24 hours, everybody can see all of the pinned polls in sequence. They can vote. And then we'll leave it up for 72 hours. I think 72 hours is fair for most of the votes because that gives everybody some sufficient time. And that'll be how we do the poll. So after this voice chat and I'm done the recording and it's uploaded to YouTube, I'll do however many polls on the different topics that we discussed here today. So I'm going to go take a look at questions and see if there's anything. If you feel there's anything I haven't touched on or anything you want to know about, let me know. Thick lick, love it when you say public launch, front-end dev in CA. No, just another full stack dev, right? Our dev is full stack. We want to get another full stack dev. There's no, honestly, front end, back end. Like to me personally, right? Unless you're a full stack dev, I'm not interested. It's just that simple. So you need to be a full stack dev and you need to be a good full stack dev. And this Canadian friend that I have, I've known him for a long time in real life. He's definitely equipped for the job if he chooses to take it. Based on what the dev has produced thus far, have zero doubt can produce the sniper bot. Appreciate that, Leroy. Yeah, same here, right? That's how I feel as well. The dev has built like one man. You guys right? One man, front end and back end. He's one man, what he's built so far. So yeah, if he tells me he can build an AI version of the moon and sun in a whole new world, I'll believe him, right? It's that simple. We've built that trust. I know it's only been 72 days. It hasn't even been 3 full months. But the dev is someone I would consider a true friend. We've already discussed maybe possibly meeting in real life and having some beers together and celebrating the success of Xtrack as we grow more. But the dev is an amazing person, man. And he's not an old guy. He's a younger guy. I'm a bit more of an older guy. I'm in my 30s. He's a bit of a younger guy, but he works. His work ethic is unmatched, and he's a very honest person. And we could have made a better team. You know what I mean? But enough of our bromance. That's awesome. So the sniper bot is a new feature. Xtrack web app, X-ray bot. What else seems to hold exactly. So that's the thing, right? What else? What after the sniper bot? Well, whatever we want to build, right? It's that simple. I know you guys are used to projects that build for a month or two and then they just fuck off into the sunset. Part of my language, but that's not what we're about, right? We're gonna just keep building. So that's just whatever you want to build, whatever we want to build. You guys got an idea, keep giving suggestions, right? That's why I tell you guys, always give your suggestions because we just pile them up into a group that the dev and I have. And once we build a big utility and we have time, we go to those suggestions and start implementing them. So what's going to get built? Whatever you want. That's the answer. Whatever you want. So, keep giving us suggestions. That's what we're going to build. We're going to build whatever you want. Our sniper bot, like I said, it's going to have some features that don't already exist, right? So I wish I could dive in a little deeper with you guys, and I will, I promise, as the sniper bot gets closer to being finished. But for right now, I can't say it because maybe another bot will try to implement the idea faster than us, and then our new idea won't be a new idea. We want, you know what I mean? I don't care if other sniper bots or other something want to copy some of our ideas afterwards. That's fine. We still get the credit of saying we were first, right? And being first is a big deal in this space, right? Having people copy you is a compliment. Copying someone else's, that's weak. That's weak in my mind. So, yeah, that's the play with the sniper bot. We're gonna have some features no one else has, and people are gonna want to copy. They're gonna want to copy, right? And we're gonna try to make it competitive on the sniper's end, because I'm not gonna name any name and give any praise to the competitors, but I mean, I use a sniper bot myself right now, right? And it's damn good. People probably know that I'm not monkeying around in what I'm talking about with the sniper bot that I'm speaking of, but we want to compete with them, right? And they're the best, and we want to compete with them. We don't, there's other sniper bots. Sure, they're nice, whatever. But we want to compete with the best, right? We don't want to compete with third or fourth best. We got the fourth best sniper bot. Doesn't matter. When it comes to a sniper bot, you need to be fast, you need to be efficient, and you need to be first, right? That's what matters. Trust me, I trade, so I know. I'm just like you guys. So that's what we're aiming to build. And, we'll have some beta, and you guys can tell us, hey, this is no good. You need to change this. You need to change that. You guys are going to be the testers. There's going to be no fees, no nothing associated. So you guys can just test it as much as you want, and we can get the feedback, right? So at first, that sniper bot's going to be generating no fees at all, because it's just going to be for you guys to use, but we're going to perfect it because our holders, the people that we have here, they're big brains. So we know we'll be able to build or perfect. We want to compete, right? First best. There's no second best. So we'll take all the ideas you guys give us and implement them, and all the feedback, until you guys are telling us like, hey, I used a sniper bot today, and I beat the guys. I beat the guys you want to beat. We both sniped, and our bribes beat their bribes. That's what I want to hear. So that covers that with the so awesome sniper. Are you guys only monitoring Twitter accounts that people are following, or are you guys trying to spread the net wide for your analysis and get tens of thousands of accounts, right? So we will go as big as we can go, right? But the thing with that is costs. There's costs that are associated with PM. I think you need to mute your mic, friend. Or I'll just mute you. All right. So it's cost. That's all it is, right? So yeah, when you see price go up, and you see taxes being collected, you will see things like this, right? More accounts, more things. It's all just a cost thing, right? If you want the top of the line kind of servers, right, you're looking at like $10,000 a month. Just gonna be straight up 10 bands a month is what it is for the top of the line server. 10 bands a month. We're not making 10 bands a month right now. It's just that simple. But we have good enough to keep growing at the rate that we're growing right now for a while, right? But we're happy, right? If we get to the point where we can afford $10,000 a month on servers, oh boy, you bet your ass we're going to do it. You can bet your ass we're going to do it. We're going to get those 10,000, and we're going to offer more, right? If we can upgrade, we can offer more. If we can offer more, the ecosystem thrives further. So as we make money, we always put it back in. We always put it back into the project and try to do even more than what we're already doing. So are you spread analysis and have you used Token Site? Seems like Banana, Unibot, and Token Site might have current leaders. I like their web app UI. I have not, but if you want, you can DM me whatever you want to DM me that you like UI wise, and we'll put it in the suggestion box. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got a suggestion, right, give it. Like, there's no annoying at Xtrack, right? So like, if you're like, I would have told, but I was afraid to be annoying. You're never going to be annoying. Annoy me, right? Send me 10 suggestions a day, right? Like, there's some people that do. And still these days we have the guys like, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not annoying you. And I always tell them, you're not annoying me. Like, More. You give me 10 a day, I want 20. Give me as many as you can. If you think we're doing something wrong, give a shit as well. Don't be shy here, right? This is not the community to be shy in. It's a community to have your voice heard in, right? So I usually don't have the conversations about the suggestions right in the discussion chat, right? Just to keep it in case people need help with something. I have it in the DMs, but I forward it all to the suggestions, right? I have a suggestion group with the dev. Everything you guys ever tell me gets forwarded. It might not have gotten done yet. It's there though, and it will get done, right? Some things we need to wait for a certain upgrade before we can do it, right? Yeah, some of your guys' ideas are simple. Oh, provide a bit more data. Some of your guys' idea are, quite more complex. This sniper idea and some of the features that we're going to provide with it, right? I wish Odin was in here, but he's not, because he was actually one who suggested quite a few of these features. These were suggestions, but they were suggestions, I think, 7 days in, 8 days in, right? 8 days in, we couldn't make a sniper bot that would do some of these features. It was impossible, but it got forwarded to the suggestions, and now it's getting done. On day, we've been starting to work on it now on day 70, right? That's when we started work on it. So give the suggestions. All right. Next, token site. So you like their web app UI. So yeah, send me the pictures. Like I said, send me pictures. Any web app UI you like, show me and send me. Banana NTG is my favorite now. So many bots out there. But yeah, that's why I said, I'm not monkeying around, right? Right. So that's what we're going to try to compete with. So you'll be the only sniper bot with Twitter integration, right? That's a differentiator. Maybe. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that. Great question, though. Maybe we can continue the conversation in DMs or something, But yeah, maybe. Are you using the public Twitter API or a scrape tool? Yeah, we are. The $5,000 a month one. The Elon charges too much per month one. That one right there. That's the API that we use. It works. I mean, it works, right? Don't get me wrong. It works. Our products work, and it's whatever. But that's the API that we use. But we have some workarounds in play that allow us to do a little bit more. To use it to its full potential. Let's just say that. I think the scraper tool makes more sense, by the way. Yeah, well, many people, even Shield, right? They pay the $5,000 a month API. I know someone who has worked with that team, and as far as they have told me, they also pay the same $5,000, and they're just Shield. They're just Shield, right? Do you see what we do? Do you see all that we provide? We need some API. We need some heavy API. So yeah, that's it is what it is, but it's fine. I got deep pockets, and I've been paying it so far, and I'm not worried about it because I know that I know long term where this project goes, so I have no problem taking out of my own pocket to invest into something that I believe is going to be around for the next 5 years and one of the most used tools in the DeFi space, right? The vision that we have for this is massive, right? It's like Dex tools, but on steroids, right? Like we're trying to make this like a household name that has features where you can do everything on one website. You don't need anything else. No longer are the days of copying a contract from here, pasting it into here, putting it into a simulator over here, finding out what it says over here, finding out the taxes over here. That's done, right? That's what we're trying to crush, right? We all trade. You guys are all traders. We know how it is, huh? You got to exactly what I just said. You got to take something from here, put it in there, We want everything done on the same platform, right? You like something, you click a button, you just bought it, right? Or you can snipe like regular, do how you want, right? Not gonna get too much into it. But right, you don't need anything else. You really don't. That's where we want to go with this web app. All in one. That's why we're like I told you, one of the ideas is a new contract deployment, right? With that new contract deployment, we'll be able to incorporate some cool stuff with our sniper bot, and everything is yin and yang in this ecosystem. everything scratches each other's back, and it all leads to holders getting giant revenue share. All roads lead to paying the holders. So minimal API subscription, I think. Token site. I was actually working on Twitter bot myself. I found the minimal API. Yeah. What Jeremy said, way too restrictive. Minimum API. You can't do nothing with it. It's not worth the $100 you can't do. I mean, I don't know what you would do with that, right? Token site blocks my USA IP too, so without VPN, it's useless I'm on a VPN, right? So I know our web app works on a VPN. Heavy VPN believer, heavy VPN supporter. Our dev actually owns his own VPN and proxy company. I guess that's what you would call it, right? He provides VPN and proxy himself. So, yeah, I'm a big VPN supporter. I doubt they could get with the lowest tier. Yeah, what Jeremy said. Jeremy's hitting the nail on the head with his comments here. Yeah, exactly that. What other platforms are you monitoring except Twitter? Just joined today. Currently just Twitter, my friend, Dreamer. So currently just Twitter. But we, as you notice, right, we have some public Telegram bots and some public Telegram tools, and they gather statistics and they gather data as well. So we will eventually move on to other aspects, right? Like a sniper bot's not Twitter, right? Maybe we have, not going to get into it, but maybe we have some kind of support, whatever. But the sniper bot's a sniper bot, right? And then we're going to start doing other things not Twitter related. We still have a few Twitter features that I think would be good. But even, like I said, the Telegram call channels, right? We're going to try to build a feed that incorporates Twitter callers, right? Such as a man like Gandalf, who doesn't have a call channel, but he has a Twitter page. And callers on Telegram, and we're going to put them all in a feed, and we're going to rank them like a leaderboard. And when they call something, if the needle doesn't move, right, or if it moves in the negative direction, they're going to get negative points. They're going to get points deducted, right? And if it moves in the right direction, they're going to get added points. It's all going to be an algorithm, and no one will be able to hide anymore and be like, I'm the best caller. I'm the best caller. We're going to rank them. We're just going to rank them. We're going to rank them. Projects will be able to see who's worth the money, right? And users will be able to see which calls they should be paying attention to, right? And I mean, we might, who knows, maybe we have a feature where all you got to do is just, set the person you want, and it'll just auto snipe. Who knows? I'm not going to get too much into it. I've already shared too much. Who suggested the sniper bot? We should send love to him. I'm honestly not sure, Omen. If it was you, I do not recall, but I'm not sure who suggested the sniper bot. I don't remember at this point. I know it was always something that we considered because the dev already had existing tech built for the NFT world. So it was always something that we considered, but I don't know who really suggested it. We just started saying this is a great way to start generating fees for holders. 5K a month API caused me to abandon my bot. Well done, guys. Yeah, no, completely understandable. A lot of people have, but we just wanted to start with the Twitter because exactly that. We knew when Elon upgraded the API, I used to use a service myself that went out of business. They just stopped paying for the API, right? So that's why I figured if we pay for the API, and I know I can afford it for, at least a year, we can have this tool up and running. And if we build fast enough in that year, other features that are not Twitter related, we'll have a whole ecosystem built where 5K a month, should be an expense that is covered by the taxes generated, right? I've seen it before. I've seen massive projects, right? So that's a vision that we have. And that's how it is as an entrepreneur, right? Sometimes you got to take out a pocket if you believe in your idea, and eventually it gets to the point where you want it to, right? So any other question, guys? Because I've gone through pretty much all of the questions. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them. I'll give it about another minute or so for questions. And if you guys don't got any left, then I'll just wrap up the VC. But you guys, or you can unmute as well, right? If you guys want to have an actual conversation, you can always unmute your mic and just feel free to hop up on stage. But yeah, I think I've touched on pretty much everything for this VC. Beginning of the month, the next few days, we're going to do a few more back end upgrades. Then we're going to start pushing some updates and some new features on the web app while building the sniper bot in the back end. And hopefully by mid-January, web app can go public with a few of these new features. And we're on track to start taking subscriptions. And then we're going to start our marketing push. So yeah, that is the plan. If there is no more questions, I will wrap it up. You guys have been great today. I appreciate all the questions. Like I said, if you got suggestions, you're never going to be annoying. So make sure you send me a bunch of suggestions in the DM. Awesome. Chatty, you're in here, right? Can you send me that in the DM? You mind sending me that in the DM? Just don't flood the discussion chat with, okay, cool. I'm just going to delete these. You send me those in the DM. And I'll add you to a folder. So you'll see I respond fairly quick. For community members, like I'll respond. I'm willing to take a call if you want to talk about something, anything. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate you, boss. So yeah. Great update and killer plan of action. Thank you, Leroy. Yeah, I said it's just a time game, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will the whole Xtrack ecosystem. It just doesn't happen overnight. But you give us time, and you guys you see it with your own eyes. There's always things going on. There's always something new, right? 70 days, all of the things that we built. So it's just going to continue like that, right? We're just going to keep building and keep adding on. So if we could do this in 70 days, you just have to ask yourself, what can they do in a full year, right? I've personally held some projects for longer than a year myself. So ask yourself, what could we do if we keep working like this in a full year? Where could we be, right? And if you ask yourself that question, I think you'll come to an answer that you're happy with, and you'll be happy to hold for that year. But yeah, what's your handle? Which Xtrack team member? Me? Oh, sorry, boss. It's there. You go. Tectonic. I don't know why it didn't show up as Tectonic. I guess that's just but yeah, I'm pretty much right. There's me and the dev. And we got a few mods and helpers around to keep the chat clean. But like, yeah, anything you ever need to talk about, feel free to hit me up. Send me all the suggestions you have. You'll never annoy me. I love to hear them. So if that's everything and none of you guys have any more questions, suggestions, or anything, I'll wrap it up. I'll get the recording uploaded to YouTube, and then I'll get the polls made so that you guys can get your votes in. I'll give it like 20 seconds. If I don't see anybody typing, I'm wrapping it up. All right, guys. Well, it's been a great time talking to you all. Once again, can't say it enough. Any suggestions or questions, I'm always here for you. Feel free to send them in the chat or send them in the DMs. January is going to be a big month for us. The dev and I are going to get straight to work. We're going to start cooking all of these things that we mentioned in the voice chat today, and we should have quite a bit done by the end of January. We hope you guys all had some amazing holidays. Happy New Year. I will be doing this at least once a week in the Telegram chat. We'll start hosting some Twitter spaces as well, just so some of our Twitter followers that aren't in the Telegram chat can maybe get to know us. And we'll start doing that moving forward. So one VC in Telegram and one VC on Twitter. That way, if you're more of a Twitter person, you can join the spaces. If you're more of a Telegram guy, you can join the Telegram VC. And it's just a little bit more spread out and informative. So with that being said, and no more questions being written up, and I wish you guys all an amazing day. I'm going to get to work on the video and finishing up the web app Git book. So I wish you guys all an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for coming in and listening. This has been Sonic Tectonic, and I wish you guys an awesome one. Cheers.